Well, right now we're also going to check in over in Sumter County. That's where the snow is stacking up. Our News 19 Shannon Taylor, she is out there. A couple of hours ago, I saw her out there doing snow angels. So we're going to have some more updates from Shannon coming back in that area.
Yeah, Erica, I was doing snow angels a little bit earlier. Now I have a snowball right here, actually, that our photographer who's behind the camera just made before we went live, just kind of showing you exactly how much snow has accumulated that we're able to even make these. It almost makes me ready to play some baseball, just kind of having this in my hand. But I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the way and show you. We're actually at Patriot Park here out in Sumter, and the snow has been falling super duper quick. I mean, even walking in the snow, you have to kind of step even hard just to even step, because that's how much has been accumulating. Now, earlier while we were here, we actually ran into a family from Utah who was doing some sledding, having some family fun. Take a listen to kind of what they had to say.
Well, like I said, we wanted to give him some snow experience. He doesn't get it a lot down here. We figured there's not going to be a lot in store, so we figured do what we can to make some sleds and have some fun while he's still amiable to it.
Yeah, I'm sure you got some photos of him, probably showing the family.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about your creation of how you made the actual snowboard here.
Well, I figured that's what we have in the garage, and
just a cardboard box and duct tape.
Yeah, the duct tape is slick, and the cardboard box will hold us up.
Did you get some treads?
Yeah. The biggest hill in Sumter that we could find is right there. And we found some good sliding.
Yeah, that baby said, I'm cold.
Well, personally, I thought it was pretty cool to meet a family from Utah who was able to even make something like that, you know, just some creativity for the kids. Obviously, I was a little bit jealous. I wanted to get out there too and, you know, hit the snow, but we'll probably see that a little bit later. But in more important news, the city of Sumter has reached out to me and told me that for right now they haven't seen, and city police have also notified me and said they haven't seen any or heard of any traffic conditions right now, but they're still urging everyone who's on the roads to please take your time, have some space between you and the vehicle that's in front of you, and for people driving behind you, make some space. And if you don't have to be on the road, as we've been saying all day, don't be on the road. This is a great time just to be indoors and enjoy those snacks like we've been saying. But for right now, that's all the updates we have. But we'll continue, of course, to keep you updated both on our website and online. Reporting live in Sumter, Shannon Taylor with News 19 WLTX. Back to you, Erica.
Wow, Shannon, thank you so much. That looks like a literal snow globe where you're standing in that area. Is definitely accumulating. Stay safe out there. We're also turning now to Kershaw County. That is where our Megan Dockshis, her team is set up, giving us some live looks, talking about what's happening in that area. Okay, Megan, what are you seeing so far? Are you seeing a lot of folks who are listening and saying, I'm going to stay at home? They're not out there in Kershaw County?
Yeah, Erica, we've been driving around town, some of the squares and parks around the downtown area in Camden, and we've seen a few people maybe taking some strolls, taking walks, but not too many people on the roads. The roads are starting to quiet down since this morning as we're getting some more snow. If you can see, I mean, it looks like a snow globe out here as well. We're starting to see some coating, not really being able to see that grass anymore. Now, I have someone with me. His name is Johnny Deal. He is the public information officer with Kershaw County. You were here during the 73 snowstorm. Tell me about that.
I was a little kid. I grew up on Lake Watery when we had 12 inches of snow. And I don't remember a lot about that, but I do remember my dad having to get up several times during the night to refuel the generator because we didn't have power for a long time. So yeah, this is pretty cool for a snow bug like me, yeah.
And now we have this picture. If you guys want to take that picture of you in the snowstorm, you're right there off the water. And I mean, how many inches do you remember getting during that storm?
Well, it said 12 inches is what was reported, and it was every bit of that. If you're looking at that photograph, you can see it stacked up on that picnic table, sure, yeah.
And how do you feel, I mean, getting snow we're seeing a lot right now, probably more throughout the day. Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm a snow bug. I mean, you know, we don't get it very often. I think that's 2014 was the last time we had anything really good. But yeah, I love snow. We don't get it very often. And just as long as my power stays on, I'll be a happy camper.
Great, thank you so much, Johnny. Now, I have to do a quick little measure. We're looking at some snow on the ground. Let's see let me get this open. We're looking at, you know, not the grass. Can't really see the grass too much anymore. We're almost at an inch, maybe a little over half inch of snow so far here in Camden. And I can tell you, it is not stopping out here. We have a lot of snow coming down. We're gonna see more throughout the day. I'll have more measurements throughout the day here in Camden, so make sure to stay tuned with us.
Ruler, handy dandy. By the way, your photographer is amazing. Van out there. He's got you set up. He's got your microphone covered. You're looking good. Stay safe out there. We'll get some more updates in Kershaw County coming out throughout the rest of this weekend. Well, when it's cold outside, pests, they can unfortunately make their way into your home, but there are plenty of ways to go ahead and protect your home from those unwanted pests. Right now, we're verifying.
If your home has an opening that's as big as this dime, pest control companies say mice can actually easily get inside your home. So can these cold temperatures trigger more pests to try to get inside your home? Let's verify.
Our sources, Justin Bellett with Aruza Pest Control and the National Pest Management Association. Rats, mice, squirrels, and chipmunks, and some insects are all looking for ways to stay warm.
And when you have a situation like we've recently had and upcoming with the weather, it's disrupting their entire population and their ecosystem. So they're looking for better shelter, warmer shelter, access to food, access to water. And so that pressure is going to come inside the home.
Bellett says the way to keep them out, start looking around the perimeter of the home.
Look for little gaps, whether it's through a door threshold or in your eaves.
If you have a crawl space, Bellett says they can enter the house through the plumbing, so make sure that is secure as well. If they get inside the home, the National Pest Management Association explains they can contaminate food, spread disease, trigger allergies and asthma, and cause structural damage.
You're always chewing on something. A lot of times that could be wiring, especially if they're in your attic. There's known fire risks that are created by rodents. They'll chew through ductwork, pipes,
which in the end can cost you thousands of dollars. That's why Bellett says it's important to get ahead of the problem before it becomes one. So we can verify that yes, these cold temperatures can trigger more pests to try to get inside your home.
Good advice there. We do not want those critters inside of our home. Right now, joining us on the phone is Master Trooper William Bennett of the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Always a fantastic resource, sharing the latest updates. Trooper Bennett, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Trooper Bennett. Thank you so much. I'm so curious, are you hearing right now of any trouble spots out there? I know you're very busy on this Saturday.
Yeah, right now I've kind of noticed just me out riding around in the Midlands area, kind of Columbia, North Columbia, Blythewoods. The roads have seemed to deteriorate more than maybe in Lexington where I'm at now, but the snow's starting to come down more here in Lexington. So I think as the afternoon goes on, these roads are wet, slushy, the temperature's dropping. So it's just not going to be the ideal conditions to be away this afternoon and especially this evening unless you absolutely need to be. The conditions are just not going to be ideal for travel.
What is your message to folks who do have to work today as those conditions worsen, unfortunately, throughout the night?
Sorry, I think I lost you there for a second. I didn't catch that last part.
I was asking for folks who do have to get out there later tonight when the conditions worsen as first responders, what's your message to them? Because we do know they have to get to the hospitals and things like that.
Yeah, if you do have to get out on the roads, like I said, the best advice is to not be on the roads. But if you do find yourself needing to be on the road, just keep in mind that you really need to drive a slower speed than normal, probably below the posted speed limit. And it's probably going to be a good bit below the posted speed limit, to be able to drive safely. And if there's any vehicles in front of you, you need to have a safe following distance. Well, so you have time to react if something does happen in front of you. Keeping both hands on the wheel is important. And just making sure that you're prepared and looking out for black ice. It might be present. And just taking your time. Make sure you give yourself, I think, plenty of time to get where you're going. And it's going to take you a while to get to wherever it is you need to go.
Trooper Bennett, can you also let me know, is there a non-emergency line if we do get out there on the roads and we get stuck? And not just thinking about Saturday, but possibly Sunday or Monday out there.
Well, we're encouraging everybody. You know, if you have a roadside, if you need help on the side of the road, it's okay. Dial 911. You know, but keep in mind, you know, we may be busy. Our response times are going to be longer. So if you do find yourself stranded, you know, maybe make sure you have some blankets in the car or something to help keep you warm. If your car, especially if your car breaks down and it's not running, you know, it may take us a second to get to you, and we'll try to come help you out and get you somewhere warm.
All
All
right,
right,
Matt.
Master Trooper William Bennett with South Carolina Highway Patrol. Thank you so much for your time. I know for sure we're going to be checking back in with you throughout the rest of this Saturday.